What's up, YouTube? This is Megabonk. It's an indie roguelite survival game designed explicitly as a 3D Vampire Survivors. You probably heard of it already, and I've been having a blast playing it off camera. I figured I'd do some videos for it. And since this is the first video, I figured I'd talk about the game at least a little bit. There's a lot of various things you can unlock in this game, and what you have unlocked and toggled on affects the run. In the future, I'll be editing this sort of stuff into the opening of the videos, but for this time, I'll explain it in pretty copious detail. For this run, I've toggled off all the weapons I don't intend to use, and I've kept on the katana and the dice. The dice deal pretty weak damage, but scale the crit chance of all your other weapons. Katana is one of the best weapons in the game, being very good at killing bosses and eventually even at killing crowds once it has enough size. The fire staff is the starting weapon for Fox, who I intend to play, so I have to use that one. It's not very good though. And the lightning staff is pretty solid at clearing out crowds. Speaking of, why am I playing Fox? It's because he is unnaturally lucky. Specifically, he gains 1% extra luck per level, which means at the end of a run, when you are very high level and you have a ton of luck, that's going to give me way better chest rewards. And also, he's a starting character that I've never actually won with, so I want to get that done. Now, you get 4 weapon slots and 4 tomes. Those are the weapons I intend to use. As for the tomes, I intend to use the Experience Tome, and I've been trying to use the Curse Tome the first time I recorded this footage, but it turns out I'm bad at the game, so I'm going to turn it off and stop making my life hard. The reason you would run either of these tomes is because the Curse Tome makes the difficulty increase, so that gives you more enemies. The why do you care about more enemies, more experience. Also, more gold, more everything. Experience Tome is the super important one. No matter what character you're playing, you want to be running Experience Tome. It massively impacts how strong you're going to be at the end of a run. As for the rest of what I'm going to be running, I'm planning on running the Damage Tome, I'm planning on running the Crit Tome, and I would have liked to run Chaos Tome and Curse Tome, but I apparently am too bad at the game to play with Curse Tome just yet, so I'm not going to do it. And Luck Tome is very, very good. For most characters, you would want to run Luck Tome, but for Fox, who already largely does it, you don't need to. So I'm going to be using Quantity Tome, which, if you're crutching and bad at the game, like I appear to be currently, Quantity Tome is really, really strong. It's one of the most powerful things when you're trying to do like a tier 1 challenge run. It's just having a Quantity Tome for speed running on the like 6 and 4.5 minute tier 1 challenges. It's very, very helpful. So I'll be taking this as my 3rd power tome. And for items, well, these are the items I have toggled on. I'm not going to go through them all because that would be a mess. And for a lot of these things, like why would you turn on the sword if you're totally new? I can't turn off things that you don't unlock. So anything that starts off unlocked cannot be toggled off, which is why a lot of the stuff that I don't intend on using, like chunkers and swords, are still online. Now, getting to the run proper, like I said, I'm playing on Fox. I start with the fire staff, 1% luck per level. And we're gonna be playing on tier 3 forest. What does that mean? Well, tier 1 and tier 2 are both a part of tier 3 forest. It's 3 different versions of the forest level, each 10 minutes long, with their own chances to scale you up and become more powerful over the course of the run. When I get into the run, I'm gonna start having to explain things very, very rapidly. So I'm gonna explain a little bit right before we click start. And that is mostly that this is a roguelite survival game. It is an auto shooter, so I'm never actually attacking myself. My character is constantly attacking based on smart auto targeting the nearest enemies or the most threatening enemies. My job is to move the character and scale them as well as I can. So let's get into the run and start talking about how you do that. And also, if you think Megabonk is hideous, I see where you're coming from. I think it is delightfully archaic. I really enjoy the art style of intentionally ugly they went for. So you can see that I'm running around, I'm shooting my fireballs, and what I just did is called a charge shrine. You walk up to them, you charge them up, you get a reward when you finish them. And a lot of the rewards in the game can only really be gotten from charge shrines because you only have 4 tome slots. So you can get armor from a tome, but I'll never have that tome, so this is the only way to be able to get armor. Same with shield and sides, actually. They also have a lot of unique rewards that you cannot get from a tome. Now, personally, I tend to think that while size is nice, it's something I'm going to get as a last resort. I'd rather get something that's offensively powerful. Speaking of offensively powerful, that's kind of the opposite of armor. My experience has been there's a couple of things that are really strong defensively, like really, really strong defensively, and then most things like armor and life regen are just kind of actually not very good. Shield, however, is an incredible defense. If you have any amount of shield, it's the blue bar I just got, you cannot take life point damage at all. So while I have 5 shield, if I get hit for 1, I'll go down to 4. If I get hit for 5, I'll go down to 0. If I get hit for 50, I'll go down to 0, and my health will stay at 100. It doesn't matter how much you get hit for, I've got a buffer, which is super helpful against bosses. The head statue I just clicked on gives you a choice of rewards. In this case, Borgord's a sustain thing that's kind of one of the worst sustain options in the game because it causes enemies to drop healing items that have almost no pickup range and don't heal for very much, versus Wrench, which is going to cause me to get faster shrines and more rewards from them. And since there are a couple of stats that I can only get from shrines, increasing the rewards from them is the only way to increase those rewards. So the Wrench is very, very good. I'm happy to get it immediately. Now, these pots, that one was filled with experience. They're filled with experience, gold, health pickups. But every time you break a pot, the next pot is going to have more in it. So it's important to break as many pots as you possibly can. Now, since it was filled with experience, we've just leveled up, and every time you level up, you get 3 offers from all the books, all the tomes, and all the weapons you have available. You can see I have 4 slots. If I were to have 4 weapons, I would stop getting random weapons and only be offered the ones that I can equip. Meaning, I really want to fill out these slots as fast as possible, but I don't want to fill them out with random garbage with stuff I actually won't. Now, unfortunately, since I don't want either of these, I'm either clicking refresh, skip, or banish. Skip gets me nothing, banish removes one permanently, and we don't want to banish anything. Because if we banish something here, that's going to mean that we, 1, use one of our only 7 banishes, and 2, the reason that matters, it means we don't have that banish to use on other things down the line, which I'm planning on using on legendary drops because Fox is going to build up so much luck that I should be able to get a ton of the legendaries that I do actually want. Now, that means we're either clicking refresh or the fire staff upgrade. Projectile speed is not a very good upgrade. For fire staff, it does help a little bit, but size is in the same boat, where size is good to have, but it's not the main thing I want. If I'm not seeing damage or projectile count, I'm probably not clicking a fire staff upgrade, so I'm going to refresh. And this is a spot I've been in many times on Fox as I tried to record this video and died a lot. Megabonk is not a particularly easy game. XP Tome is fantastic. You want as much of it as soon as you can get. However, Fox's starting fire staff is not a very good weapon. I'm still clicking the XP Tome, but we are now very potentially getting on the struggle bus where I end up with a lot of meta scaling and no actual ability to kill enemies, making less experience than I would have if I had just not taken the experience Tome and gotten a weapon. That is called a Greed Shrine, and what it does is it increases difficulty by 5%. That's 5% more monsters, but also 5% tougher monsters. Considering how weak I am right now, I'm not going to click it. Now, the challenge shrine I just clicked after I was talking about that is similar. It summons a buffed up guy, in this case an elite ogre, and I can't kill him. I'm just gonna let him follow me and eventually I'll get him. I'm gonna do the exact same thing with this challenge shrine. They'll get killed. Oh, wait, these are one, nope, they still survive more than one hit. We're not doing it. We'll kill them eventually too. And the reason I click those is because once you kill all the enemies from the challenge shrine, the final enemy will drop a chest. Now, unfortunately, chunkers are a terrible weapon. These tomes aren't what we want, so we are going to have to click refresh here. And oh, wouldn't you know it, we're doing the thing. So we're getting a lot of experience. It's just that we're not actually killing enemies. So we're not getting a lot of experience. That's a lie. Also, good targeting there, buddy. Hopefully this Moai statue has something that'll be useful for me. The mirror's nice, but it's not incredible. I think I'm supposed to take the key. Every time you open a chest, you can see up here in the top right, there's the cost of opening a chest. It's 30 gold. The next chest becomes more expensive. So 1, this is going to save me a ton of money by opening the more expensive chest later. But 2, when you get a free chest, it does not progress that growing cost. So the key's very, very good. It's just, well, like I was saying a second ago, that'll be good later, but right now I'm just struggling to kill basic enemies, and there might not be a later if we don't eventually get something that helps us kill enemies. But we've got a little bit of time left before we're officially struggle bust. None of this is what I want, so we're going to refresh. And thank God we got dice. Dice is one of the weapons I want. It deals a random amount of damage, but eventually it's going to consistently deal good damage. And more importantly, every time it rolls a 6, 1 in 6 attacks, its crit chance, not just its crit chance, but all of your weapons' crit chance are permanently increased. Not by a lot, but over the course of the game, a huge amount. It won't be doing much now, but at least for now, it is another weapon. And you'll notice I have 30 gold. I'm not opening the chest next to me. That's because the contents of that chest are affected by luck. Meaning if I wait to open it longer, there's going to be more in it for me to get. Well, higher rarity stuff for me to get. I said that I don't really value the defensive options, and I stand by it. I'm going to take the luck, even though on Fox it's not super valuable. It's going to be a while till 5% luck is trivial. I can't actually kill that blue skeleton. He drops extra experience, but I'm just incredibly weak. All right, you managed to get that done. I do want lifesteal. It's not 7.7% damage gained as life. It is just a 7.7% chance when you hit something to gain 1 life, but that's still very good for sustain. And Leeching Crystal is not very good. I shouldn't have this activated. I'd rather a different rare item here. However, there's an achievement that unlocks something for getting 3 of these at once. So I'm going to be taking it, especially over Oats, which is just a worse version of it because I have 0 HP regen, so it's not cutting anything. And I don't even know if I can charge this safely. Yeah, I can't. Just immediately pushed out. I'm 8 minutes in with basically no weapons. Projectile count is huge. It means I'm going to essentially double the power of this fire staff for now. You don't want to be saying that 1 projectile count basically doubles your power at 8 minutes or 2 minutes into the run, but that's very much where we're at currently. The Epic Fire Staff is tempting, but you'll notice that it's just a bit of damage and not projectile count. It's competing with Experience Tome, and I'm so weak that I actually just have to settle for like a damage upgrade. I'd much rather another weapon or more projectiles. I can't deal with swarms of enemies right now. The campfire does help me a lot to get back to full health, which I have a sneaking suspicion I'll be needing to do. I'm going to take a lot of damage shortly because I'm just going to get into bad situations based on what my weapons currently are. Quantity Tome. Now, previously my plan had been to take a Cursed Tome, and if I'd taken a Cursed Tome there, I imagine this run would be over. However, we're going to be demonstrating how hard you can crush on Quantity Tome, because it turns out that having more projectiles at the beginning of stage 1 massively increases your power and allows you to get away with being much worse at the game and still get a decent run going. The issue is that I feel like after a certain point, attack speed and projectile quantity, like your weapon's just going off nonstop, and I physically cannot tell if it's doing anything. I suspect it isn't, but it would make sense if I'm wrong about that. Anyways, these are 3 tomes I don't want. If I take them, I can't get rid of them, so I have to refresh. Not upset to be taking another level of Quantity Tome, to be honest with you. This dude is tanky as sin. Makes sense. Ogres usually don't spawn early, so getting an elite ogre off of your very first challenge shrine is a little bit rough. At this point, I'm starting to think he might have more health than the boss that just got summoned. Hey, he finally went down. Lightning Staff is one of the weapons I'm looking for. It's very good at clearing up crowds. I'm very happy to have it before we actually get to the first swarm phase, which will be happening at 6 minutes. The reason I'm going to pick up chests like this that are free, by the way, the moldy cheese is incredible. It is 40% chance to poison. That purple bar you can see constantly dealing damage is the poison. It does an insane amount of damage. The reason I open the chests that are free that enemies drop is because what I've heard is that chest, Moai statues, and hat guys are all rolled the moment they spawn. It's only when you pay to open a chest that it's rolled when you get there. Luck also affects charge shrines, I believe, but unlike the rest of them, there's just like no ability to backtrack and get the charge shrines later. Whereas with chest, I can just open chests later. It's not a problem. There's no chance I'm able to get charge shrines later. We have so much time and it's not gonna be safe to do it forever. I don't mind this upgrade, but you can do so much better. I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna take the XP temp. Getting a lot of XP very, very early is very important. If you're leaving level 1 at like level 20 to 45, it's absolutely catastrophic. For the first like 15 hours I played without the experience tome, I consistently didn't break level 40 on level 1, and let me tell you, meta scaling is incredibly strong in this game. 7.5% luck is nice, but honestly, with dice and the staff both being slow projectiles, I'm taking the luck. I really wanted to talk myself into taking projectile speed, but I know it's wrong. I'm having to reorient myself because I'm distracted talking and forgotten where I was in my process of looping through the map. I think we're good for the upcoming swarm phase though. Anyways, this is an awkward choice for me. The credit card's not that good as Fox. I have tons of luck, and the feathers are a downside because these actually affect your physics. The more jump height you have, the more you go up when enemies attack you, and that can really backfire. If you need to get somewhere high, there's the extra jump stat. If you have a triple jump, you can basically get anywhere. So I'm gonna take the credit card, even though it's not really at its best on a Fox. Hello, hat guy, and free chest. It's the poor gore. It's like the worst form of sustain in the game, to be honest with you. So 10% damage is not a big deal. Like, obviously we have no damage multiplier yet, but eventually we're gonna have a damage tome. It's just not gonna be very much. Right now, this is already more damage. I've got the gold for it. Not buying PP ring seems crazy. Like, it'll eventually outscale the scarf, and the scarf's just not very good to begin with. Oh, I am not clearing this as fast as I thought I had. For some reason in my head, I had a katana. I do not have a katana. I also don't have bounces on my lightning staff, both of which are a problem right now. I'll lock in the damage tome. I've really got to stop bumping into dudes. Yeah, no bounce and no fourth weapon have really ruined this swarm. I did not get nearly as much work done as I'd hoped I would. Just gonna hop out over here and hope it works out for me. Looks like it does. So the swarm will broadly all be approaching this direction. They'll trickle in eventually. I was hoping to get a lot more kills during the swarm, because if you kill enough of the swarm, it will start spawning faster effectively. At least that's how it feels to me. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Well, armor and thorns both suck, so I'm taking the difficulty for more enemies. I don't feel great about it because I don't actually deal good damage right now. The crit damage is very nice. It multiplies out against your crit chance to deal a ton of damage eventually. XP Tome over nothing, I guess. I'll take the projectile count on Fire Staff. I'll take the projectile. It's like just barely good enough. Hey, there's the bounce I needed earlier. That's just nothing. Guess I'm taking that. I've used all of my refreshes and I'm still missing a weapon and a tome, so it's just so much random chaff coming in. Hey, Katana's finally here. It is actually the best of the 4 weapons I plan to use, so it's nice that it finally showed up. What's our missing tome? I think it's crit chance. The beacon's very, very nice. The additional shrines on future levels is a lot of power. And probably more importantly, the healing zone is a form of sustain if you have nothing else. But for us, I think we already have sustain, right? We have some amount of lifesteal. Yeah, the 8% with this projectile count, like we have so many attacks that we don't really need anything else. Key versus moldy cheese. I'm going to take the moldy cheese actually, so I feel comfortable taking any number of ball shrines. Because right now I think I've collected none of them, but I also think I've seen none of them. So this, the boss curse, gives you an extra boss every time one spawns for the rest of this stage. And that is actually quite helpful because every boss is an extra chest. Also, what is down here? It's hiding in the tree. More moldy cheese, say less. The amount, I don't know how they stack. I really don't. If you can in the comments tell me. Is it a 40% chance for each one to poison until one poison goes off? Or are they each a separate 40% chance? As in, can a one attack trigger every cheese once if you're lucky enough? It affects whether or not it has diminishing returns. I have no refreshes left in the Moe statue because I've used them all and I still don't even have all weapons and tomes. That's so sad. I'm gonna take the slippery ring. Just having a bit of evasion is nice, and I don't respect the gold gain from enemy options. Do I want to start opening chests? Not really. I'm gonna be honest with you. Well, I guess I'm getting more gold from enemies. As I said earlier, I'm saving my banishes for what I view as bad legendaries. Epic quantity is good. And right now, a huge amount of my damage is the fact that I have that quantity tome giving me 3 extra projectiles on all 4 of my weapons, right? Quantity is by far the strongest tome in stage 1. It's just probably wrong in the long run. I'm gonna take luck. There's gonna be a long time before that luck is a bad decision. I feel like I need a lot more than I currently have. What's my damage at? 1.5x. I'm still taking experience gain. I don't care. I'm still taking experience gain. I don't care. My EXP tome is not particularly high leveled. I'm only 19 and there's a lot of level left. Or not as much level left as I'd like, rather. Crit damage is hard to come by. So is difficulty. Taking difficulty, I want more enemies. I'm so behind on experience that I think getting difficulty is going to give me more experience right now. I assume that every percent difficulty is 1% enemy spawns. If I'm wrong about that, then I probably should have taken experience, but I won't. And here I'm gonna take elite spawn chance. I hope I'm actually able to kill elites effectively. I haven't really seen a ton of them. What am I missing again? I'm missing crit chance. Oh, I'll continue missing it. You know, the amount of damage that elite took to die is a little bit worrisome. Our last swarm is about to pop at 3 minutes, and I feel like I'm suitably strong for it. I'm gonna leave that magnet there. I don't think I saw any other magnets. I think I'm running towards one right now. Well, then I don't need that magnet anyway. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything else really. I will open a couple of chests as we're approaching the end of the level here. Gonna keep taking quantity tome, but I keep getting offered no experience tome, not the last weapon I need. It's not bad. Like, I am getting strong because of it. It's just not what I'm looking for. And I'm not quite able to grind through these elites as well as I would like to. But the katana is doing a lot of work for me. Crit tome, finally. We can stop getting offered random trash tomes and actually start getting offered the things we have and want. I'm going to take projectile bounces here. I think I need that for better clear. Kind of a lot of guys. And as we wrap up the end of this swarm, I'm going to come grab this magnet. I'm gonna take the epic upgrade on size. It's not necessarily clearly the best, but it's still solid. I need a lot of size on that katana eventually. And, oh, my first chest was free apparently because that one still costs the same. I'm tempted to go for more size on the katana, to be honest. Is that right? Probably not. I'm gonna take the projectile count. It seems very good. Epic experience, thank you. Gonna take damage. I guess crit chance. I'll take size. The lightning staff hasn't hit any size yet. Like I was saying earlier, I won't. All right, what are we getting? Oh, yeah, that one's good. We're not banishing that one. Weapon upgrades gonna have +1 stats. Don't mind if I do. So previously my weapon's been rolling between 1 and 2 stats. Now they're rolling between 2 and 3. They're gonna be much better off for it. And I'm gonna take a second to just open a pile of chests in the back corner here. Is projectile speed worth it? Probably. And damage is only obtainable by upgrading a weapon, so I'll take it. Although a 2 upgrade is no longer as impressive as it was a second ago. Crit damage, crit chance, and size, huh? I'm actually gonna take damage and projectile speed. I think that's more valuable to me. And I got interrupted opening my chest. Looks like there weren't that many ball shrines here. That or I messed it up and didn't find any of them. So how's the damage? It should be, yeah, very solid. With multiple cheeses and a fairly decent projectile tome, that's what I expect to happen to the bosses. But, I mean, people can kill bosses faster than that with way greedier choices than I've made, so it's not something to be proud of. It's just sufficient. Right now, I feel like I'm barely sufficient at this game, but hey, we'll learn together. One thing I am very worried about, though, is I have to play very, very well with this setup. There's a weapon called Aegis that essentially blocks incoming damage that I'm choosing not to use. I really don't know how to move well enough to be making this decision. I probably should have went for it, but oh well, here we are. I feel like as a new casual player, you just pick Aegis in every run and it makes the game infinitely easier, but I'm trying not to crush on it. This is a huge damage multiplier, and I still have low damage, so it's very nice. I'm looking at the bounces and the projectiles and the flat damage on lightning staff. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to make the mistake. I am going to keep taking XP tome pretty much every time I see it, though. We're only level 33. That's pretty miserable, honestly. I'm going to wait intentionally to kill the boss until during the final wave. That way I can use its magnet effect on the ghosts that are spawning. More on that when it starts happening. It's hard to explain without a visual demonstration. That's a pretty solid upgrade. The projectile count, speed, and size are all very useful for Fire Staff. But XP. And it doesn't have any flat damage on it. I can't pretend to care. How far away is the boss portal? Okay, I can probably grab the power-up Rage right there and take it to the boss portal. And that'll help me deal with the boss a lot. It also seems like I've missed some stuff in the middle of the map. So this timer in the top doesn't end the game when it gets to 0. It's not like I have to kill the boss before then. What it does, it starts the final wave, which is an increasingly dangerous series of ghosts that spawn faster and faster until eventually you're forced out of the level. At least that's the theory of it. What's actually going to happen in this run and in most runs is that you're going to try to farm them as long as you possibly can. And to that end, I'm going to start opening some more chests because I don't think I can actually farm them very effectively at the minute. As I wander the map and open the last couple of things that I can. I think it's worth grabbing the battery I saw, not the battery, the magnet I saw in the distance over here. Because without this, I'm probably going to be a little bit weak for the ghost phase. I need as much help as I can get. And while Wrench is good, it's not good for what I'm currently doing. I think I take that because of the flat damage and the triple upgrade. Uncommon XP tome, sign me up. XP. Generally speaking, even though I see Fire Staff at higher rarity, a lot of the time I'm picking based on what the highest rarity is because all of these things are good for me. But Fire Staff is like the weapon I respect the least. Dice and Fire Staff, like Dice, if it has projectiles, is good for scaling everything else's crit chance. But Fire Staff is by far my weakest weapon. The Katana is the strongest weapon at single target, eventually at everything, and the Lightning Staff is by far the best weapon at AoE right now and will always be good at it. Anyway, I think I'm going to keep going for Quant Tome here. Maybe we have so much quantity that Damage Tome is still better, but for dealing with swarms, that's not the case. Gonna click the Legendary Quantity Tome. Have I missed anything else in the middle? It doesn't look like I have. Still, I've got 1,600 gold. I can afford to open a couple more chests. How many keys are we up to? 3? That's not bad. XP shard, very nice. That duplicates XP 12% of the time, and it's multiplicative with all of your other experience gain because it's actually increasing the number of shards you get. Now, at this point, I am going to grab a rage upgrade that massively increases my attack speed and damage for a short while, pop over to the boss and try to kill them. It shouldn't be a problem at all, especially if this power-up is still active when I get there. I'm going to take the rare experience upgrade. I need as much of it as I can get. Only being level 40 30 seconds into this wave feels pretty bad, though, I'll be honest with you. I wish they were not under terrain. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I need to stop getting pushed into them. Crit damage, crit chance, projectile counts. Yeah, it seems like my damage is a little bit lacking. I'll take it. I don't know why they keep being so fast as they're turning toward me. It takes me as a surprise every time. Experience Tome. Oh no, this is bad. I might be dead. Depends on how this goes. I think we're just barely okay, but we're in Black Ghost phase. So the way the final wave works, you can see we just upgraded from White Ghost to Black Ghost. At every minute interval, they're getting harder. They're getting harder steadily, but there's big jumps at each minute. And at certain minutes 1, 6, and 12, they change color and get massively harder. So I don't know if we're actually alive right now. We might get immediately murked by the Black Ghost. We wanted to be out of here already, but that's not what's happened. However, all the experience we're getting is also going to make us a little bit stronger and help us get out a little bit. Part of the issue is that we're next to the wall, which is where they're spawning, which is very, very dangerous for us. Oh, that's bad. I just have to get back over, which requires me to go back towards the wall. I was trying to figure out if there was any other path. Please? No, I'm dead. Wait, I thought I was going to die there. Come on. Yes, I managed to click the portal. Most of the time I died there. It was very lucky to get out at all. And we only got to level 48 in the first zone, which is pretty terrible, to be honest with you. And again, I'm going to just not worry about opening chests at the start of this. I'm going to let my luck build up as much as I can throughout the level. I would say that if I hadn't opened the chest I did last area, I'd probably be dead, so it's good that I opened them. Damage, balances, and counts seems good for clearing the AoE. Yeah, I gotta take that. And as always, we're trying to route through the pots, break as much as we can, build up what they're giving. By the end of the run, those are giving like multiple thousands of gold if you stay on top of opening them. I don't know if I have, though, is the problem. Crit damage is fairly hard to come by, so I'm gonna take it. Can I take multi-boss? I'm going to assume I can. I managed to kill 2 of the previous zone balls during the final wave. It seems like I should be able to do this. Definitely want to get my crit chance going up. The fact that it's still 18% base is not good. There is a ton of scaling potential for us now because we should be very good to clear this area. I've heard cursed grabbies are insane. I haven't gotten to play with them yet. 10% difficulty is good for meta scaling. Losing 20% of my health sucks, but it is what it is. What I've heard is this 5% chance to cast Cursed Magic upon hitting an enemy, damaging nearby enemies is actually an insane amount of damage, and it tends to deal more damage than your weapons do. So I'm gonna buy that. We're gonna see how it holds up at the end of the run. It'll show us how much damage everything dealt. But I doubt I'm being trolled. I'm pretty sure I've seen a video where that popped out very, very high at the end. I take power up drop chance. The only way to get that is what I did. Ooh. The Sucky Magnet is absolutely huge. I could buy the Leeching Crystal and finish that unlock. I'm not doing that. So this periodically drags in all XP around you. You couldn't see last round because I was panicking and had to leave immediately, but you're able to stand against the portal to get a degree of safety and use periodic magnet to loot the experience you otherwise wouldn't get. So that's actually huge. I'm very happy to take that. Power up drop chance again, I suppose. Every power up drop chance is more chests is more power. If it were just giving me things like magnets and the like, I would not really care at all. I should have went into the corner first and didn't realize how this map is laid out when I came down here. Attack speed versus experience. I'm actually gonna take attack speed. I have a decent amount of experience already, and attack speed's only coming from tomes, basically, or charge shrines, rather. I'm of the impression that I'm still at a point where projectiles are more valuable than damage because I have 4x damage and where is projectiles actually at? 10 here. So assuming no projectiles in the weapons, which is false, it would be 10% more damage to get another projectile versus like 3% more damage if I took damage. In the long run, I want both, but because this is fundamentally better for clearing out more enemies, like if you have one attack that hits for 1,000,000, you only kill one guy with it. That's why I'm edging toward projectile count at the minute. Oh wow, that guy lived for ages. I was not expecting that. I am suddenly very worried about my offensive abilities. I think I take Slurp Gloves. I only have 8% lifesteal. This does a ton to keep you sustained. But I already have 3 moldy cheeses, so I'm gonna go for the slurp gloves just to make sure I don't get like nickeled and dimed and eventually drop dead. Not from any one catastrophic event, but from a million little ones. But keep going quantity. I can still benefit pretty hugely from quantity going into the next swarm phase, and it's not like it's... I think it's comparable, maybe even a little bit better than damage to my current stats. Not 100% sure on that. Also, I can't help but notice how easy this would be if I had an Aegis with 15 shields floating around me. Aegis, rather. So, how's the damage look? Not great. Crit chance, projectile count, projectile speed's not really what I need. Like, I need flat damage on my upgrades. That's what I'm lacking. I'm lacking damage and crit chance, and I'm gonna stop edging toward projectile count at this point. Also, despite my 3 moldy cheeses, I can't help but notice that I'm really not putting in the numbers here. We did get them, and it wasn't like that long. It was a 26-second kill, but yeah. More health off of oats, not really what I'm looking for. That was a Borgor on the ground. I was wondering what this slight gold thing I saw was, that's why I was whipping the camera. I'm gonna take damage for sure, because I'm beginning to think that my intuition about projectile count compared to damage is very wrong. And if I just take damage and crit chance a couple of times, I might deal massively more damage. Still taking elite spawn increase for more chest, more experience. I think I have almost none of that, right? Elite spawn increase, yeah, that was like half of what I've picked up so far. Well, these 2 stats really don't matter to me, so I'll go with projectile count. My katana might be at base damage. I think that's the issue I'm seeing. Definitely taking precision tome there. If my katana's on base damage, no wonder I feel so weak. I might have never gotten a single upgrade for the katana's damage, and seeing as it's at level 3, that sounds pretty likely. Get a little bit further from the wall there. Hey, it's not at base damage, by the way, but that's still a very good upgrade. Did I get a magnet, or did I just get all the experience in the world suddenly? Gonna take the universal crit chance. I won't decide the katana, actually. Let's see if we can't get this katana to actually start doing things sooner rather than later. Ha, that's a very good upgrade, but it doesn't have any flat damage on it. None of them do. I guess that means the dice win. And right now, I'm broadly just trying to hop and stay above the crowd. I wish these came in the same order every time. It doesn't. It's completely non-standardized. I'm going to keep upgrading the katana, though. Keep running the lightning staff. I clearly need a lot more base damage than I have. I think I don't care about upgrading the dice as a weapon. So I'm going to take the XP tome is fine. It's a higher tier anyway. All right, with bounces and damage and size, that's a very good upgrade. I'll take that over the XP tome. I feel like I'm still short on damage for bosses, so I'm gonna... Maybe I should have gone XP there. I'm not certain. What are we at on crit chance? I want to be at least 100%, so my crit damage modifier is always active. Well, it's pretty fucking short of 100%. Although the katana should have some built into it by now. Oh, the reason I keep blowing up an experience is I have the sucky magnet. It's incredible. I was wondering why that was happening. I totally forgot I picked it up. I'll take the flat damage upgrade of the katana, though. I'm very happy to see it. So I'm gonna hang around here for a little bit for the experience to come in. Thank you. Yeah, epic crit chance for sure. Epic damage for sure. Not as many levels as I was hoping for, but we'll take it. I've only got the 2 jumps, huh? Do I want to start opening chests now? No, I really don't. I'm fine. I just don't have that many levels under my belt, man. I was hoping to be over level 100 by halfway through this stage, but that's fine. Maybe I have a higher expectation than I should, but I feel like I'm just not doing great on that. I think I do want a little bit more lifesteal than I have, but I'm gonna take luck instead. That was probably a mistake. That's a very good upgrade. Projectiles, balances, damage, everything you want. Also, I am looking forward to that area. We've got 2 charge shrines next to each other and a challenge shrine to kill while we wait. Damage versus projectile count, the age-old question. Well, I've made the same choice every time, so let's keep making it. I don't think it's right, because I want to stand in between them and activate both. I'm pretty sure I'll get pushed out if I try to, like, walk in and start it before I'm done. I'm going to take projectile speed, given those choices, actually. Just because the Fire Staff is such bad base speed. XP Tome over bad weapon upgrades. It's not good, but I'm not in the business of banishing blues. Something is behind the statue. I just can't see it, or this wall, rather. And the boss portal's over there. I would like to get it marked on my map. I'll take size. The katana's finally starting to be bigger than a person, but it's still not good damage. Projectile count, speed, and damage on the dice is pretty solid. Count and damage are the two main stats I care about on the dice, and then if it doesn't have projectile quantity, I'm not even gonna bother, because the whole point is to upgrade the projectiles and get more crit chance and everything. Also, I should watch my damage for a little bit. I'll take the luck again. Is anything not critting? Yeah, I'm getting plenty of non-crits, so crit chance still has a ton of value to it. Gotta go with legendary quantity. I can't say no to that. We have a magnet at the boss, not far from the portal. That's very nice. Those are all terrible. I'll take the armor, which is a % damage reduction. Theoretically, the first few points of armor I get are very nice, but it's not going to be enough to matter, really. That is an incredibly good upgrade on the katana. I think we should be able to chunk bosses pretty insanely at this point. I'm not sure I want any of these, but the projectile speed on Fire Staff does make it a whole hell of a lot better. Wow, those are all awful. I wish I had refreshes, but I had to use them all finding my tomes. Unfortunate. Borgor does nothing. Golden Shield does probably almost nothing, so I guess I'm gonna take the move speed on Phantom Shroud. And I'm gonna start opening chests at this point. There's not that much of the level left. We're doing all right. Hey, what do we have? So I think I want one of all the legendaries that have some sort of old head effect, and then to banish them after I get the first one. Unless it's a particularly broken one, but I don't even have anything that comes to mind when I say that. What? I pressed E and it just didn't happen. No idea. I'm just grabbing that now to get experience. It doesn't matter. I'm not picking up the experience tome ahead of time, does it? Oh well. I'll take the crit chance though. All right, this time it went through. Flat damage, you say? Yeah, sign me up. The lightning storm seems very, very good. Also, I do have it unlocked to get that to level 15. That is one of my goals for this run. I'm gonna take elite spawn chance again. I don't really feel scared of elites at this point. Size, projectile count, crit damage is very good, but the XP tome for sure. How are we at on XP, by the way? We're sitting at 3.4x. It caps out at 10x, so we're nowhere near the cap on that. Hey, a mirror is very nice. Just a chance to negate some damage if I start making mistakes. More projectile speed here. No damage, no quantity, so I'll take the projectile speed. Maybe I should have just gone quantity tome, I don't know. I don't quite know how I ended up all the way in this corner, but it's fine. BP Ring's a substantial chunk of damage. Don't mind that at all. Golden Glove exists. Can't take that away from it. Crit chance. Damage. Maybe I should have gone for something else there. Definitely XP. Gotta take the quantity tome, which is such a big rarity disparity. Gonna take this damage tome as well. That is pretty good. It's flat damage, size, projectiles. I'm gonna take the crit chance, though. I want everything to have 100% crit chance. Oh, it's possible there are some things that can't crit. That might be what's happening. Gem sauce is fine, I suppose. We have so much gold compared to chest cost. Sorry, sucky magnet, you gotta go. I've already got the one. I don't need more of them. I think it goes off more frequently if I have more, but I don't think that matters. Damage bounces. Honestly, I think I don't care anymore. I think, yeah, it's a flat damage upgrade on one of my main sources of damage, though. And I do need one more. What if I die immediately? Flat damage on the katana is very appealing, though. So is experience, though. I got completely lost in thought and just forgot to stay in the charge zone. Definitely taking attack. I've got 2 jumps. Maybe I should have taken the 3rd jump. The 3rd jump helps a ton for mobility. And again, crit chance over 100% is just crit damage. It's just you crit multiple times and multiply the damage out across it. It's fantastic. So how are we doing on damage, boys? Yeah, I'd say we're doing better on damage than we have been. It's still not incredible. Like, they actually lived and did things. Didn't enjoy getting pushed around there. But yeah, that was not bad at all. Beacon's still all right. Ooh, do I want another pair of Curse Crab? Because it's costing me a lot more health at this point. Yeah, I do. I'll banish the next... would I banish the next one? The issue is 0.8x health. The longer the game goes, the worse that is. Because every time I'm leveling up, I'm getting 1 health. And then on top of that, there are a bunch of random things giving me health as well. But I think 230 health is fine. Probably. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Balances, count, projectiles. Seems good. That'll get me the wireless dagger, which unlocks another hero, I believe. Gonna go with projectile speed here. Just gonna pop this and be on my way. I don't want to stick around. As a legendary katana. I don't even really need to read it. I saw damage and I'm out. Not really seeing anything left. I can probably open some chest, obviously, but... well... opening chest is limited by my own incompetence, unfortunately. Oh, I really need to get to the boss. I need to stop failing to do this jump and get towards the boss. But yeah, at this point, you can start to see the katana is actually becoming a good AoE weapon. When things aren't already dead because of the lightning staff, the katana is immediately eviscerating the entire crowd. There's a free chest over there. Quantity Tome versus low rarity. I'll take the legendary Quant Tome. Don't mind if I don't. All right, we've made it here with plenty of time left. Got nothing to worry about. In fact, we have so much time left, I'll go grab that difficulty totem because I'm nowhere near the max on difficulty either. Difficulty caps out at 600% and we're at 74. So yeah, just want to grab all of these that I can. Without a difficulty tomb, I basically want to grab every single one of those. Take flat damage on the katana. It's just worth clicking, I think. Maybe not in this circumstance. Maybe I want to be saving my katana upgrades for later. There are max levels and all this stuff. Tomes max out at 99, weapons at 40. And as a result, maybe I want to like try to have more luck and better upgrades and not be taking green upgrades, period, end of story. That is better for clearing crowds, but I don't care about clearing crowds, really. I care about killing bosses, because I think bosses and elites are what I'm going to really suck on. Now, am I at 2 bosses, or did I manage to get more? Oh, I got way more. But the damage is good. Not incredible, but good. I am a little bit worried, I'll be honest. I think we're okay. I'm cutting it very close again with like how this is gonna play out. I'm definitely going to just activate the magnet now to kill this faster. I'm not gonna be trying to run out there with Black Ghost active, which it seems like they might be. No, we're totally fine, actually. I should have taken XP there. I hope none of them dropped their chests in the sky. I hope they actually all went to the grounds. Man, I've gotten so many gold shields and they're all useless. The multi-cheese is at least a little bit nice, but I'm not sure how useful this one in particular is. So I think, I'm not sure where is safer. But we're gonna see how long I can stay at the end of this level. Ideally, I can stay here until about 6 minutes. And depending on how long I'm here, we got the editing forward. Because at some point, it's all the same shit. But then you wouldn't get to see me clicking through all of my upgrades, would you? And that creates an interesting dilemma as to how exactly I should be going about editing this. I honestly don't know the correct answer. I think the answer is you can safely assume that I've gotten a lot of shit and I'll just check my stats at the start of the next area for anyone who cares. Because, do we really need to see this? I think we're all on the same page that I stood here and killed guys. But the issue with what I'm doing is that I actually can't, like, show the stats on the katana. It's impossible for you to see exactly... damn it. All right, so going forward, I will have to, like, announce what I'm doing with my upgrades, won't I? Unfortunate. I guess you see it the next time I upgrade it, but I click through these so rapidly that that's not helpful, is it? All right, going forward, we will do all of this live. Each time the magnet sucks in, I'll tell you what I'm doing, or at least show you what I'm doing. In this case, it's clicking experience several times, but the damage, I'm so tempted to click quantity, but projectile bounces and flat damage seem very good as well. And yeah, it's just sit in here for a little bit, maximizing exactly how much I can get out of this. Definitely experience so when it's competing with nothing. Seeing epics with no damage on katana hurts me every time. I think I still take this. No, there's damage on the fire staff right next door. Don't do that. I would love to get more projectiles on the dice as well, but that's not really on the table there. I wonder how much projectile speed I need on the fire staff before it stops feeling bad. Probably a lot. I'm gonna take quant here. It seems like the least important of the options, and I don't want to take bad upgrades on my weapons. Damage tome for sure. Flat damage on the katana as well as other good mods. And so far you can see they're still basically not reaching me. Damage size, crit chance on katana is fantastic. Legendary rarity too. The thing is, once they start reaching me, you saw stage 1 how out of hand it can get. The moment I start getting bounced, I probably need to go. I guess projectile count damage there. Definitely the flat damage, definitely legendary XP. I guess the dice. Damage tome. We're still, they're getting to us a little bit now. I don't need to leave yet. I can probably get one more magnet suck at the very least. Ooh, there goes my shield. If it stays gone, I might have to get out of here. Very good upgrades on the weapons there. Experience tome is nice. That is an incredible... Is that the perfect upgrade for a katana? Damage, projectile count, crit damage? It might be. I'm gonna have to get out of here soon. Nope, my shield's back. I'm gonna try to get one more suck with the magnet then. I think I'm getting out of here at 3 minutes. I don't think I have any reason to think I'm safe there. Maybe I do. There's the next suck that I was saying was our cue to leave. But I don't think I'm going to is the problem. Oh, that's dangerous. We're still safe. The issue is that I'm all the way against the portal. They're like pushing me by clipping through it from the other side somehow, which I didn't know was a thing. I'm getting pushed, but my shield's not going down. What is happening? Projectile speed, count, and damage. Yeah, definitely. The rarity is just too good. Damage and crit chance. It's epic, but it's not got... I'll take it. There's the epic one that I actually wanted. Bounces, count, and damage on the lightning staff as well. I think I'm okay at 3 minutes. I'm not okay at 3 minutes. I gotta go. Oh, that's very bad. I don't know if I can get back. Which is extremely alarming. Yeah, I have to go like this. This is horrifying. I may have thrown. It's been going shockingly well so far in movement. Okay, we're stronger than I thought I was. By far stronger than I thought I was. The XP tomb is appreciated. Tome. Just forget how to talk when I'm panicking, apparently. Yeah, no, it's actually doing disgusting work. I'm gonna wait for the magnet to pull. Apparently, I'm a little bit safer moving around, which doesn't parse to me. Projectile speed, count, and damage? Sure, maybe you'll actually land a hit against a ghost with that. Like, that's one of the main reasons I don't like the fire staff, is I just know it's not hitting the ghost for shit. Yeah, I think that's just enough damage that you upgrade the dice there. Let's start upgrading the dice a little bit more. It's legendary, but it doesn't have the flat damage that is so important. Still taking it. Yeah, nothing's getting close to me now that I'm moving. I'm gonna keep sitting here. Apparently I just never broke that base. Should I be leaving at 4 minutes? There's a chance that's right. I'm gonna be greedy though. Oh man. I don't know if this is right. I'm actually panicking a little bit. That was a very good upgrade on the lightning staff. Size, projectiles, and damage. No, we're just fine. Everything's spawning at the bottom, coming up the cliff, and then dying at the cliff. Also, there are chests I need to go pick up, so like we're definitely not leaving. I might have made a mistake by coming to the bottom of the cliff. Just clicking legendaries immediately. I'm just like, no, I gotta go. I'm too stressed to look at what it does. I'm sure the legendary is very good. That's fine. Not a huge fan of a green credit card this late in the run, but it's not a problem. I think that's the achievement. Yeah, that's the last leeching crystal I need to unlock Kevin. Apparently I didn't have unlocked. I had no idea. Kevin is part of one of the current world record strategies involving a combination of meme items that we will not be getting into right now. What are we up to on experience, by the way? We're on 5.8x, and there's still a ton left to do. Almost level 200. Yeah, we're just actually stupid strong with the staff and the katana to clear this much. Although those katana swings are getting pretty fucking close to me at this point. Yeah, I just lost my shield. I think it's time to get out of here. That's the magnet going off. I think it's time to leave. I think we need to stop testing our luck. Yeah, I'd be right about that. Take me out. I'm not trying to push world records. I'm just trying to win a run. Let's get out of here. I don't have a cheat death. I'm very nervous. This will be a tier 3, and we should be stupidly strong for tier 3. Until we start cheesing the ghost waves again, which I feel confident we can go to at least 6 minutes this time, I don't think there's going to be any resistance in this level. I want to summon every boss I can. What do you have for us? Echo Shard? Maybe I should have gone for Big Bonk. I just immediately took experience, but Big Bonk is a lot of extra damage. It's not really. It's weird. Do I want to microwave my keys to try to open more chests? Do I have any commons I actually care about? Like, the cheese would be unfortunate if I lost it, but I probably won't. Let's microwave some keys. Get the shrine and then do it again. I can just vaguely hear the sound of a disgusting damage happening at the bottom of the cliff. We're still at 4 cheeses, haven't lost one yet. And once more. No cheese was hurt in the making of this video. Okay, so that should be able to get us a good chunk of extra chests throughout the rest of this level. Do I want to delay opening chests? Yes, at least until after the first swarm. Yeah, that was a long... Oh, wow. You can actually see the bounce with the lightning. I've never been able to see it before. But yeah, that's incredibly effective by the looks of it. I appear to be in a pretty awful place with not much to talk about. Also, did I activate the challenge shrine then not loot it? It's very funny. 10 damage is 10 damage. Not going to turn my nose up at it. Hey, Chunkum, how's it going? Oh. Yeah, the damage is good. When I was saying earlier that my damage was fine, but like not impressive, now you understand if this is your first time seeing Megabonk. What I was looking for was like, yeah, we killed the bosses. It was like a 20-second kill with 2 of them. It's not that bad, but not good. That's what I meant. That's what good is. All right, I'm gonna start opening these. I don't think I'm gonna be able to backtrack to the whole level. I probably can backtrack the whole level, actually. Thinking about just how insane I was during the previous Ghost phase, I was just able to move freely. I can probably open all the chests during Ghost phase. Level up as much as physically possible before then. On the other hand, that sounds stressful for marginal gains, and I don't want to do it. Also, unlike the last couple of levels, there's really no reason for me to be afraid of this boss shrine at all. One, you just saw what happened. Being afraid of a boss shrine after what just happened in Chunkum would be ludicrous. But 2, there is not an end of stage boss affected by that shrine. For this one, you just teleport out for a final boss fight that there's always only one of. So it's just getting a few more crates from the Stone Golem I'll fight in like 2 minutes. I'm just stuck on the boss curse. I think I can charge both. I can. Looking around. There's a free chest over there. Projectile speed for sure. And projectile counts. And grab this difficulty too. I'm not a cursed tome enthusiast, so every bit of difficulty is good. I wonder how much damage this lightning staff is doing as a percentage of the whole, man. Because it seems like it might be doing almost all of it. Like nothing else gets to hit anything because the lightning staff has already killed them all. Like this poor swarm wave. I'm probably supposed to banish those instead of losing 80 health. But no. I like them. And that's all it comes down to. How are we doing on experience, by the way? We are at 5.7, nowhere near the cap. Size, projectile speed are not really the stats I want for dice, but I'll still take it. Projectile count, or projectile speed is what I meant to talk shit about. Projectile count's so good that it makes up for it. Oh, I got a legendary, got excited and left by accident. I wish these were normalized in order so much. The fact that it's inconsistent makes it so hard for me to process them quickly. Anyways, it seems like a good lightning staff. Legendary XP tome, don't mind if I do. Legendary quantity tome for sure. Yeah, the lightning staff is doing disgusting things. It has so many bounces. And crit damage multiplies out against all my crit chance to do truly outrageous shit. Only level 200, not actually doing that great on levels, by the way. I'm not gonna banish non-legendaries, but starting to feel more like a silly goose every time I don't. I'm told it's correct and I'm gonna believe it. XP every day of the week, damage if I have to. Is this a good enough lightning staff? No, I'm gonna take the quant tome instead. Wasting a quant tome upgrade isn't nearly as bad because I have so much quantity already and it has way more upgrades in the first place. I'm gonna take the XP tome. Lightning staff here? No, you can do better. Take the XP tome. I need to get more used to like not taking weak upgrades, like even anything below rare upgrades, no matter what stat combination they have, because I expect to max out my weapon. This is me like entering a new phase of the game where I know how to play better than I used to. Like that's a fine katana, but it doesn't have flat damage and it's only uncommon. You take XP tome every time. You don't even need to think. And we are currently sitting at 6.4. We're getting up a little bit. Is that a good lightning staff? I think it is. XP tome, XP tome. Is that good? Nope, there's no quantity, so I don't really care, but it is 4 damage. It's hard to say no to that. It's a very good rare katana. Or having to take a rare upgrade on the katana, oh, not the katana, but a weapon guaranteed. God, they just spawn in and then die because of how fucked up this lightning staff is. Ah, slippery ring. That's the reason we play Fox, baby. It's for F tier commons that I didn't want in the first place. Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep pushing projectile speed every time I see it on this staff if it's paired with damage. Like, the fire staff is bad, but if it were shooting fire lasers, it would be a little bit better. 2 extra jumps is like a thoroughly gratuitous number of jumps. I'm gonna take projectile count because I know it's right. I was considering taking the jumps just because it's funny, but I would like to do as well as I can because this is probably gonna be the best run I've ever had at this point in the game. Like, I haven't played that much Megabonk successfully. I just played a lot of Megabonk. They're very different. XP is a little bit underwhelming at this point. Nice swarm, buddy. I'm not impressed. Projectile count bounces. That'll be its final upgrade. I won't damage on its final upgrade, so no. A lot of projectile count on that dice, though. Legendary crit tome is very good. Crit chance. I don't need more lifesteal. At least I don't think I do. Curse grabbies. I'm gonna take the big bonk. I don't have one yet, so yeah. This is absolute bullying, by the way, what's happening right now. These poor enemies, they were told they were part of a swarm wave. They were gonna outnumber me. They were gonna win. Doesn't seem to have really worked out that way. I don't know if I even care about that microwave, if I'm being totally real with you. Definitely gonna take the damage tome over low tier weapons. It's not like the best lightning staff you can get. I want the last one to be legendary or at least epic. Taking a couple of tomes, projectile count, size, damage. It seems very solid. Another XP tome. We're sitting at 6.8x. It's not going up as much as I thought it would be. Crit chance. Ooh, that is a very nice katana. XP tome. It's a 1,000 gold microwave and there's nothing in it I need, huh? We'll skip that. I wonder if I have enough damage to instant kill the final boss. I'm pretty sure I don't. I don't think I have any mechanic that would allow me to do it more effectively. I wonder if I should be waiting to do this. I'm not going to. I've already waited a good chunk of time. If I benefit massively from doing it in the ghost wave, oh well, shame on me. Roast me in the comments. Let me know to play better. I'm gonna take damage tome rather than a bad weapon upgrade. Damage tome at epic. Epic XP tome. Size, projectile bounces, and damage. Almost 100 base. Not quite there for our level 40 lightning staff, which is the last time we'll ever be seeing that. Take legendary quantity. Precision Tome just to not take a bad weapon upgrade. Quantity Tome for the same reason. Projectile count, crit chance, crit damage. Is that good enough? Probably. No, you should be going for damage. I shouldn't have done that. Oh well, lesson learned. And with my crit chance being well over 100%, all of my attacks have a 50% chance to explode for AoE damage. I think twice, actually, yeah. Wait, no, that's the first one I've got it. Nice. So if my AoE weren't good enough, now it definitely would be. How many jumps do I have, by the way? I don't actually know. Looks like 3. I'm gonna get up this wall eventually. Not that it's worth coming up here in the first place. God, you hate to see Borgor. I mean, I could have waited for the Ghost Wave to try to make this better. A lot of comments, man. That'll be the last boss wave. Oh, those poor guys. What boss wave? Crit damage, projectile count sounds very good. No damage, I'll take XP Tome. Quant to pass on bad. XP Tome. Precision. Is that a good katana? No, I'll take the Legendary Fire Staff then. No damage, I'm gonna take Quant then, just to skip bad weapon upgrades. We've got another Demon Soul. That should be to 100% by the time we get out of here. God, you hate to see all these Borgors, man. How many do I have at this point? Another Demon Soul, why not? I have quite a few of those, too. That's my 5th one. I don't really want to lose my health again. I think whatever it's doing it enough. Please stop giving them to me. Don't really want the spiky shields either, but at least they're giving me armor, which is a stat that does something, unlike minus 20% health, which is probably a net loss at this point. Like, everything's instantly dead already. Our Curse Gravity's even doing anything to get another one. XP Tome. I don't think I want to microwave anything. Once I'm done with chest, I could theoretically microwave cheese, but like, who even cares? Yeah, I think who even cares is 100% the correct way to look at that. What is in the free chest? It is. See, at this point, it's so close in the run, I'm not actually sure it's worth getting rid of this. I'm not going to. It seems like it helps clear Ghost, probably. If it doesn't, I'd be surprised. I'm gonna take the extra jumps here. Just because I like having a 4th jump for Ghost Wave in the final area. That is useless, but probably not worth banishing. It's kind of wild how much stronger you get after managing to successfully farm a wave. I'm gonna take the jump because it's funny. How high do we go if we just smash jump right now? Not that high. We don't have a ton of jump heights. Looking at my other weapons, nothing's close to maxing out. I will just keep taking damage from them though, because none of those actually came with damage. Crit chance for the same reason. What are we hitting for, by the way? Yeah, those numbers are real small, so I assume they're very large, but I don't actually know what it's saying. Power up chance multiplier. Wait, no, that's not drop chance. What am I doing? It's fine. We can afford to throw away a shrine. I could open probably like 5 more chests, I would think, so I'll get on that. We've got... Well, I can probably jump quite a lot higher now. Yes. Not quite a space program, but it's definitely better. Hey, something I haven't done yet. Perfect. Although, a little bit useless on the Boss Curse. 8% attack speed. Want just to skip bad upgrades. The process of picking tomes because I don't want to take a weak weapon upgrade is such a weird situation the game gets into later on. One more charge shrine. Not sure there's gonna be anything here I care about. Well, there definitely isn't. I'll take move speed. That actually can be useful for the final boss if I have to fight it. There are 2 ways the final boss can go. One is it's actually a hard fight with mechanics, and the other is that you one-shot it instantly. And because it has phase transitions, I don't think I one-shot it instantly, because it'll become immune at certain health thresholds, and I don't think I deal enough damage to bypass that. Where are we at on XP, by the way? 7.6. Definitely want this then. And for the next charge run, we are getting size, I suppose. Yeah, there's not that much size on offer in the rest of the run, so I'll take it now while it's available. XP gain could have been better maybe, but I think size might actually be right here. Because right now I'm trying to build the build that is the best possible. Damage, crit damage, size, definitely. I'm trying to make the build as good as it possibly can be at killing ghosts, and the limited size left in the run might actually matter a lot. Elite spawn increase versus size. Take legendary size, I just want it. I'm not convinced that one was right. because more elites is more chests, but also more elites is dying sooner in the final endless wave. Legendary crit chance for sure. I think there's not much left here. Apparently I just missed this. It's kind of surprising. I wonder how long they'll live. Oh, it's down here. Definitely gonna take the legendary upgrade, which includes flat damage for any weapon when I see it. I think I've broadly got everything. I just need to find all the various drop chests that I've missed. I say that as I walk towards a charge shrine and a Moai statue I haven't used. Fine. I'll probably be in the air right before I die at the end of the run, so whatever. XP Tome. I gotta stop walking out of these, man. There's an achievement for not walking out of them, and I feel woefully unprepared to ever attempt to do all shrines on all levels without walking out of any of them. That sounds like something I'm just not gonna be able to do in under 3 or 4 hours. Man. Mirror's fine. It's just like, there are so many crazy legendaries, and I don't seem to be able to get any of them. Also, it's kind of wild to see the magnets suck everything in, and before it can finish, the map is covered in experience again. Oh, we're in the final phase. I didn't even realize we were this far into it. Take crit chance again. I mean, I'm still just gonna keep wandering the map. I'm not in any danger right now. I guess I should grab this. It can be a ton of gold. It was 2,000 gold. But what am I looking for really? Chest. I just want to convert all of this money into chest. I accidentally grabbed something immediately. I didn't even see what it was because I was trying to open the chest I'm standing on top of. So what I'm learning in this run is that even though traditional advices don't take luck tomes on Fox, I feel like I'm not getting that many legendaries on Fox without the luck tomes. Anyway, I'll still happily take my 6th demonic soul of the run. That is 600% increased damage across 6 items, which is quite a lot. Oh, there is a free chest on the ground down here. I think there's also, yeah, there's one above me that I can just pay for. Hey, speak of the devil. 25% chance someone lightning when hitting enemies. Lightning can now stun enemies. Considering the lightning staff I'm using, yes, that's one of the ones I've been wanting all run. Thank you for finally showing up. Damage on an epic katana is great. Gonna have to skip using a tome there. Projectile count, crit damage, crit chance has to be good enough, right? XP tome again, we're up to 8.2. Legendary projectile counts. It's a good enough dice upgrade, I think. More XP. Is this good enough? Just count damage? Probably not. You can open at least 3 more chests, I would think. More moldy cheese, don't mind if I do. And that one was paid for despite my 8 keys. I've heard that Soul Harvester does an insane amount of damage. Let's see what it can do and what little run is left. Gonna take XP gain again. All of these red ghosts that are now everywhere are Soul Harvester, by the way. Every time I kill something, it spawns 2 of them. I have no idea what it scales off of. I assume just my base stats. But my base stats are pretty damn good for it, so it's probably solid. It was a very good katana upgrade, by the way. Size, projectile speed, damage seems fine, honestly. Take the crit chance. Is that a perfect katana? I mean, probably not. I don't know what perfect is, but it's definitely a very good katana. XP here. I can't imagine I need to leave anytime soon with how strong I've gotten. Legendary dice, but they've got size. I don't think I care about size at all for that. I'm gonna take the precision 10. There's a difficulty shrine down here. I don't really know if it's right to pick it, but whatever, we're picking it. We are at what on experience? 8.8, so it's still worth grabbing. Epic katana, no flat damage, skip it. Take damage instead. There is a rage upgrade there, or power up rather. I don't know that like if I need rage to be safe to ghost, I probably shouldn't fucking be here, right? Take the XP, get this chest. Yeah, I definitely could have waited until the very end of the run to do all of those. And I'm out of gold. I've had runs like this before. I've had a run with 13 keys where I actually got like almost no free openings. I don't value key stacking very highly, and this is exactly why. Although I could have waited until the ghost phase and then duped keys and gotten more value, and I probably should have, but oh well, here we are. I'll take quantity, I guess. Experience for sure. High tier quantity. You don't take a common katana no matter how well it's statted. I'll take damage because I feel like it's fallen far behind the other ones, although all of these 6 demon souls are probably making that up. Size, damage, crit chance is fine. Projectile speed, count, and size. I'm gonna take XP instead. XP again. Legendary XP. Legendary fire staff, no damage. But again, I just feel like it needs projectile speed, so I'm gonna take the legendary upgrade. Legendary damage tome. How much money do I need to open the next one? 10,000 more? I feel like I can just confidently say that's not happening and be on my way. And no longer can a simple wall stop me from moving where I want to be. I think the flat damage makes this fire staff upgrade the right call. And that fire staff upgrade is the same thing, but better. Broadly. I'm gonna be honest, my brain cannot maintain any information for more than like half a second when I'm looking at all of these numbers, especially when I have to process which one is which every time. I think that's a very good katana though. I would like to get all of my weapons to 40 at least, but not been doing great at finding good weapons. Guess I'm taking the precision tome, XP. Are we at max? Not quite, we're close. I'm gonna keep taking the damage tomes that are higher priority than everything else. It's not very complicated. We are now at 9.5x. I don't think it's updated yet. I should probably stop taking experience tomes. I think I'm at 10x. It just doesn't update until you unpause. Damn it, I just clicked XP automatically because it was the highest tier. I think I actually click it here intentionally to skip forward. And yeah, we're 10x. We're finally maxed. Projectile count, size, and damage seems like a fine upgrade. Legendary quantity. Now, if I sit on top of this, I imagine I'm completely safe. I'd rather be on a big open area if I'm being real with you, but this is probably fine. There's like not a huge open square anywhere on this map. Fire staff, damage, projectile speed, that sign me up. Size, crit damage, projectile counts. I really won't, since I already have a projectile count tome, I won't crit chance and flat damage alongside crit damage. I don't quite, it's legendary for the size. Crit chance, crit damage, size on the dice. Honestly, I'll just take it because I feel like it's more valuable than the tiny damage tome. Damage on the fire staff with projectile speed, sign me up. That is much better for the legendary katana. Crit chance. Did I even click crit chance? My brain is rotted by this game, man. Gonna go with quantity, I think. Hopefully my 50 projectiles actually do something, because we're gonna continue taking quantity. And at this point, I think I will just be back with you when I'm forced to move. Why am I constantly taking 1 damage? Did I pick up Kevin and not realize it? Kevin shouldn't be in my game. Why am I constantly taking 1 damage? It was only while standing still. What was that? Someone send help. I don't know what was hitting me. Anyway, damage, more crit chance. I think that's a very good upgrade from Fire Staff. I can't seem to get good upgrades on my dice remotely consistently, but projectile count's good for dice specifically. No to that katana. We'll take quantity instead. Epic crit chance. Is that good enough? Probably good enough for the katana. Crit damage, projectile count, crit chance. It's just barely there. Maybe I should have held out for better, but I don't care enough. So if I stand here again, do I start? Yeah, I'm constantly getting shipped for 1 when I'm in there. Is it anywhere if I stand still? Yes. I don't know what it is. When I stand still, I take 1 damage constantly, and I don't know why. Which is horrifying. Crit damage, crit chance, projectile count sounds very good. Legendary quantum. Precision, precision. I should have taken the damage tome there. I don't know why I have to be noobing not to take 1 damage nonstop. I literally have no idea what that could be from. It's like someone has cursed my campfire. I don't get it. Legendary flat damage on the dice is very good though. And I guess I'm taking precision there. I didn't see flat damage and decided I didn't want that fire staff upgrade, which is probably wrong. Also, we have made a lot of money. Turns out killing ghosts is very profitable. Well, whatever. I'm gonna be jumping a lot eventually. I'll be jumping a lot more if I have to jump to not take massively increased damage, that's for sure. I'm just taking every sort of flat damage tome if I'm not offered a good weapon upgrade. And I'm still super torn on whether or not those are good damage upgrades. I don't think they are. I think if I'm not seeing flat damage or crit chance plus crit damage, it's a bad weapon upgrade. And ideally, I see 2 of the 3. I genuinely don't know. Like, when I stop moving, getting machine gunned again. I don't know what that is. Terrible upgrade. We'll take quantity instead. We'll take damage instead. Precision. Quantity. Flat damage here, but not there. So fire staff it is. Again, fire staff is flat damage. The dice don't. X speed is skip because those were terrible weapon upgrades. I'm gonna take the damage tome instead. That is a pretty good fire staff. Now, how safe am I really? It seems like I'm ludicrously safe. Like, I'm not seeing the lightning bounces, which implies the katana is killing everything before the lightning can trigger. I'm gonna take epic on damage tome and try to do better on the fire staff. Yeah, there's the better fire staff, exactly. Legendary quantity, epic damage tome again, legendary damage tome. Crit damage and projectile counts. I'm gonna take quantity instead. I think you can do better. That's awful. I'll take the XP tome to skip and get better tomes. Crit chance, crit damage, I'll take it. Yeah, so at 4 minutes in, the lightning staff is still on vacation. We don't need it. It's starting to attack sometimes, but the bounce isn't doing anything, which means I am probably just guaranteed safe until 6 minutes in Purple Ghost. I might be safer longer. I'm gonna keep taking these legendary crit and damage tomes. It seems very good. I should have looked at what the dice said though. To take epic projectiles, damage side, projectile speed. I genuinely think that's very good for fire staff. Like, ideally, this hit something and explode immediately. Projectile count, speed, crit chance. It's going damage. Quantity. I should have read the dice though. I don't know. I'm so used to automatically clicking off. I don't even know if it's worth my time or yours as the viewer to read what a purple dice upgrade does. Just like, come back when you're red or yellow. I'm gonna skip the XP tome again. Projectile size, damage. It's got flat damage and red rarity. I'll take it. Crit chance, crit chance. Legendary quantity, legendary quantity. Flat damage upgrade on the fire staff. I wonder how much less effective I would be without that early anvil I got. Also, with this much money, I need to start looking for chest again, which might be a dangerous thing to do. I don't know. Well, no, they're over here. I can see them. Also, I genuinely don't think anything is dangerous to me at this point. Crit chance, crit chance. More damage. I probably should have skipped XP, actually. Crit chance. Quantity. Legendary crit chance this time. Is legendary worth it without flat damage? I genuinely think this thing needs so much projectile speed that if it's a legendary projectile speed, I have to take it. I think that was free. Yeah, that's what the little beep sound effect was right at the end. Wow, 10% damage, and I had to pay 12,000 gold for it. I think I am distantly hearing the sound of bonking. Oh wait, I don't think that was the lightning staff I was saying. That might have been the lightning orb going off. Anyways, I'll take a second win on the off chance it increases the chance for lightning to stun. I don't believe it does, but just in case. Legendary projectiles. Just quantity, I suppose. Legendary quantity. Not a great fire staff upgrade. I'll take that instead. Hey, finally, good rarity dice that deal bonus damage. Not great options there. I'll take the uncommon damage tome. Right, I have money that I need to spend. No, I don't. It's 16,000 for a chest at this point. And we have dropped another free chest down here, so around in the loop we go. Crit chance. It's the same dilemma. Projectile speed, no damage. I'll take it. Why did I take the uncommon damage tome there? What am I doing? Epic damage from fire staff, legendary damage tome. It's not flat damage, but legendary crit chance, crit damage is about as good as you can get outside of legendary flat damage. I'll take rare damage tome. We can get a better final fire staff upgrade than that. Moldy cheese. I mean, I can't be upset about it, but like, if something lives long enough for poison to tick, I think that implies the game is ending. Well, just like the last several upgrades, legendary projectile speed. I am interested in seeing how fast the fire staff projectiles move if they ever shoot again. But it seems like between all of my items and the katana, and eventually when they need to get used, the lightning staff, I'll probably never see this damn thing fire. Gonna keep pushing the damage though. Epic quantity seems good to me. Oh, we got 2 chests that have popped up since then. Or since the last time I've been here, rather. You think you're so funny? Are these dice good enough? I think they're good enough. Flat damage is just very, very good. There's everything else is multiplied against flat damage at some point. I'll take flat damage. Like, if I see flat damage on the dice at any sort of decent rarity, I'm taking it. Wow, that's awful. No, thank you. I wonder if I should even be taking blue tomes in general. I'll use experience to skip, like, greens. That seems insulting at this point. I'm a level 400 fox. Stop giving me greens. I'm a little bit worried about clicking this. Oh, right. I don't need to press E to open this kind of chest. Hey. And we got a cheat death. Hell yeah. That makes me feel infinitely safer staying here for even longer. I'm not sure how much longer we can stay here. It's gonna start getting very out of hand very quickly is my first thought, but then I remember the lightning staff hasn't fired in 5 minutes. So maybe not so much. I think I've got to take crit chance plus crit damage on epic rarity on the dice. You can't really expect to do much better than that. And there are quite a few chests getting dropped still. I could have gotten so many more legendaries if I'd just been willing to wait. No, I don't think so. Because I'm pretty sure that free chests are rolled the moment they drop. There's no benefit from waiting with them. Anyway, epic quantity, let's move. I forgot that I can just go to space whenever I want. 20,000, 16,000, I can afford to open another chest. Yeah, epic damage, I'll take it. Crit damage, damage, crit chance. It might only be rare, but that's like literally perfect damage stats. Maybe I shouldn't care. Maybe if it's not projectile quantity, then it's not what I need on the dice. Right, I passed the chest somehow. It's easy to miss in all the chaos. Honestly, this is one of the least visual chaos builds I've seen in the game. There's usually something much more deranged requiring an epilepsy warning happening. This video is actually relatively safe to watch. Gonna take damage, I suppose. It's not good enough for the dice to take legendary damage. I'll take blue damage. I'm not that picky. Damage and crit damage, though. That's very good. Legendary quantity. I didn't even look at the bottom one. Hopefully that legendary was experience. We have made it to Purple Ghost. Legendary quantity again. Legendary crit. So, how much danger do I feel like I'm in from Purple Ghost? A negative amount, man. I don't think Purple Ghosts are doing anything to me. Yeah. I mean, they're trying. Oh, interesting that you can move a tiny bit and still count as standing still for the campfire. Right. I don't want to stand still because something kills me when I do that. I know what it is. It just clicked. The campfire is not healing. It's regeneration. I have a negative regeneration. You can see that I actually lose 5 health per second because whatever health regen I've ever gotten, I have 150% negative of that. So when the campfire goes down, I start losing the campfire as health because it's regeneration, and I have 3 of these leeching crystals. That's what it is. I finally put it together. Projectile count, the other 2 aren't great, but I'll still take it. Legendary quantity seems more important for a ghost situation. Epic damage is fine. Legendary quantity again. Rare quantity. I just want as much quantity as I can possibly get my hands on, because what I'm afraid of is getting hit by anything. So quantity is functionally attack speed, is how I'm looking at it. Just make sure there's never an opening for anything to get right. I mean, I can just tank it. It's not a problem. Crit damage, projectile count damage. That's a very good legendary dice. Not as good, but I'm just going to click the dice. I'm tired of seeing them. Legendary precision's nice, but I think I have 100 plus projectiles. That's just ridiculous. I also have 628 flat health. I've never been level 444. It's kind of like the first time I've ever been remotely good at the game. Yeah, we'll just listen to this dulcet tones of being murdered by my own fire. To get enough leeching crystals, you forget how to stand next to it, you start standing in it. I guess that's the moral of the story. The moral of the story is don't take 3 leeching crystals. Oh, I'm not losing 150% of it. I'm losing 50% of it because the first 100% just cancels out when I'm naturally healing, isn't it? It just brings you to 0. More legendary quantity tomes, legendary damage. This is actually kind of wild. Anyway, this is at least part of the appeal of Megabonk, is making things that are this utterly I'm not gonna banish it, but I was saying this is utterly deranged, and part of the appeal of Megabonk is trying to get your dog shit starting fire staff to this point. You know, projectile count's kind of a worthless upgrade when you have a quantity tome. I shouldn't even value that at this point, and I should have realized that a long time ago, but oh well. Anyway, crit chance is probably the wrong choice. I should have taken damage there. And take XP to skip. Those are pretty weak. Crit chance, damage, and crit chance on the dice. Anytime I just say blank and blank, it's always dice. It's the only one left. You can do better. I'll take epic quantity. If I just go to space, how close can the ghosts get to me? Because they should have plenty of time to try to get here, and then I'm falling towards them. I feel like that's a good litmus test to demonstrate that I'm totally safe right now. Epic quantity, more quantity, more quantity, epic precision, legendary damage. All my tomes are pretty similar in level, weirdly enough. I kind of assumed one would get ahead of the pack, but that's not really what's happened. I think I should be able to fully upgrade before I go to the final boss, which I have never done before. I've never even got close to fully upgrading. Legendary projectiles. Guess I'll go with epic damage. The dice can do better. I'll take another legendary damage, epic quantity. Flat damage, sign me up. Legendary quantity. Yeah, the Fox rarity is finally doing something. So, we're about to hit 8 minutes. Am I still safe? Do the jump test. If they're getting to me while I'm jumping, I'm worried. I don't think they're getting to me while I'm jumping. I think I'm still totally fine. Get some quantity and projectiles. Oh, I was so high in the air when the magnet went off, it basically didn't suck up the experience that time. I see. This is honestly one of the most aesthetic builds. So often you get to the end game and it's actually impossible to see anything. The katana and lightning staff being my main sources of damage and preventing my other weapons from firing has made this very, very easy to look at. Anyway, legendary crits, rare quantity, legendary damage, epic quantity. Is that a good dice? That is a very good dice. Probably the best dice I could have gotten, really. Guess I'm taking rare damage there. Legendary quantity again. Rare damage, I think. I'm not really sure which of damage and precision is more valuable. Let me take quantity again. My projectile stat is going to be completely deranged by the end of this run. I guess it already is. I should move around a little bit and see if there are just like chests that are so far from me that I can't see them. My gut is telling me you can't move. You have to be very still. The ghosts are going to get to you because if you move, you're fundamentally moving like away from where your attacks were and closer to the ghost. But that's not the case here. They just can't get to me, period, end of story. I'm clicking on the ones that say legendary now. That's why I've stopped announcing what I'm picking. I'm picking highest rarity because they're all getting to max is how it feels. And I should have realized that earlier and started doing that a long time ago. I've got 63,000 gold and I'm still untouchable. So I think that means it's time to go find some more chests. Oh, is that my last dice? I just clicked it because it was legendary. I probably should have made sure it was actually a good one. Oh, I actually hit a ghost there. That's alarming. I hope that doesn't happen again. A ghost hit me? No, I still have my shield. What hit me then? Anyway, I'm going to keep pushing highest rarity without even really looking at them. In fact, without looking at them at this point, just to be as fast as possible. We have 66,000 and a lot of keys. We can open a lot here. We now have the ability to freeze enemies. And I can see 2 chests were over there. And there's actually a magnet, so that should help a little bit. I do think that maybe we're pushing the limit of how far I can go. Big Bonk is funny. Probably should have banished that, actually. Oh well, too late now. Legendary crit, I suppose. I'm trying to turn around, but I can't. Because a chest dropped behind me. It's kind of wild to be free to move around however I want right now. Hey, finally, crits have a chance to become mega crits. I believe that's just a straight up 2x multiplier on crit damage when that happens. And considering all of my attacks are crits, that seems good. More crits. I think I go quantity when I'm given equivalent choices. I got hit by something just now, which is a little bit spooky. Still have 70,000 gold, so we're probably getting every chest on the map, is what I'm getting from that. Well, I've got them. I don't know if the ice cubes are useful for anything. I definitely don't need to microwave anything. I am noticing a lot of this is happening pretty close to me, but I think that's just as I'm moving around so much. I think I'm still totally safe. They're an ice cube, huh? I'd be surprised if I wasn't. I've got the cheat death, so I don't have to be a coward about it. Taking a couple more legendary tomes. I kind of want to go back for that magnet because I don't think I picked it up. I've got in every chest at this point. There's no more chests to open. So they can get to me very irregularly now. And it looks like the lightning staff finally being involved isn't actually helpful. I'm still not worried. Like, I can just move around like this. I want to stay stationary so the magnet's more effective. It doesn't suck up the whole map, just what's near you. And thankfully, because I can immediately go into the sky like this, it's impossible, well, mostly impossible for me to get pinned too badly. But yeah, occasionally elites are reaching me, and it is definitely getting spooky. Still, I think I'm safe a little bit longer. We're at 11 minutes. I might just call it here. I'm gonna get out of here. I don't want to lose my cheat death here when I could just go to the next area. I could probably have afforded to stay longer if I sat at the portal and checked. Should have done that. But hey, I made it further than I ever have. I've beaten it before. I mean, in terms of score, in terms of the enemies I've killed. So, does he get one shot? No. Unfortunate. And as you can see, I can't lifesteal off him while he's invincible, which is very frustrating. One more to break his invincibility, and I think he's just going to immediately become invincible again, which is the problem. Oh, he's dead. Cool. The damage was pretty good. I didn't quite one-shot him, but I did phase skip everything. And, well, now the final swarm happens. And if you're wondering what this is, you just saw 10 minutes of it. So, I'm gonna spare you, and we're gonna cut to how far I got. I have 99 in all tomes, 40 in all books, so now when I level up, there's no interruption. It's just this. It's the dulcet tones of standing in the fire chainsaw of triple leech talismans, or whatever they're called. Maybe at some point they'll start getting to me and I'll have to like move around and play the game. But I'm actually just gonna get up and go get a drink of water. We'll open the chest together in like 5 minutes. I just sat back down with a drink, and it looks like Purple Ghost have not meaningfully changed the layout of this. So let's quickly go grab the chest that popped up, see if anything really changes the build at this point. Spoiler, the answer is probably no. I have another cheat test, so we can go a little bit longer once it finally does get out of hand. But really, the only thing out of hand is this build. Fine, you get to live, Scarf. I just can't be bothered to banish it. I wish I could be bothered to banish it. We will ban the big bonk. I should have banished the last one. And the last chest that dropped before the purple ghost was... Great, I have more negative health regen than I used to. Anyways, I'm the AFK again. See you at 12 minutes, probably. However, I should note, this is my first time breaking 100,000 kills. This is the best run I've ever had, and I'm almost proud of it. It's good to know that you can crutch on Quant-Tome to above 100,000 kills, but I would really like to have done this run not using Quantity Tome and instead having gotten strong enough to do other methods and using other tomes. But oh well, here we are. Oh my god, it's 10 minutes, 30 seconds in, and something finally touched me. I didn't know it was possible. Well, having been touched, it's probably a good time to pick up these last 2 crates and do a final check-in on my stats. So they're legendary and they're ice cube. Sadly, that achievement is for duping the ice cube several times, not just for having them. Huh. That probably improves my damage output quite a lot, actually. Let's see if the overpowered lamp can get us a little bit further in. It doesn't look like it. Oh, I'm dead. That triggered a cheat death. Well, yeah, I'm at the point where they one-shot me, so I'm gonna start flying away from them, but I'm going to die immediately because that was actually just 1 shot, or maybe 2 shot. But the idea here is that theoretically I might be able to live longer if when they hit me, they push me, meaning that they don't just keep hitting me repeatedly. But the other side effect of this is it means I can no longer loot anything. But having been one shot once already, that seems fine. Yeah, see, it's the end. There's nothing to be done about it. So, final check-in, just out of curiosity. How do we do? We're sitting at 1,090% luck, max XP. Our difficulty is nowhere near maxed. We have almost 200 times damage, 1,100% crit chance, 3x crit damage, 64% increased attack speed is not that much, but 162 projectile count, which is ludicrous. I don't think anything particularly crazy is happening here. That's just a half-decent fox run. Maybe I'm being too hard on myself. And this chest is in the sky somewhere. This will be the end of the run as soon as my cheat death unpauses, though. I just, yeah. But that does get Fox to rank 100, so that's neat. And now we get the damage breakdown to see who was doing how much work. Top 2%. Nice. So, Big Bonk did the most damage, but Big Bonk just overkills the shit out of one guy. It doesn't really matter. The ice cubes dealt the second most? Color me shocked. Katana is my #1 source of damage, followed shortly by the cursed grabbies, of which I have 3. Admittedly, I had 4 ice cubes. So if you divide this by 4 and this by 3, I guess ice cubes and cursed grabbies are similar in power? Huh. Grandmother Secret Tonic was doing good like I thought it would. Lightning Warp was all right. Spicy Meatball was all right. So yeah, that's basically how I thought it would be, with Secret Tonic and Cursed Grabbies being on par with these legendary damage procs. And then, like, I'm kind of surprised Dice came in above Soul Harvester. I guess I did get the Soul Harvester much later than the Dice, but still. I'm also surprised how low Lightning Staff is in total damage. I genuinely thought it would do a lot more than it did. To some degree, it might just be that Katana goes off first. It felt like a lot of the run, Lightning Staff just wasn't getting to attack because Katana killed everything instantly. I was also very surprised to see how good the damage was on Fire Staff at the end. Slurp Gloves don't really deal damage, is what I just learned. Same with Thunder Mitts. Like, sure, they dealt billions of damage, but everything dealt billions of damage. And Poison really falls off a cliff once you scale enough that nothing's living through multiple hits in the first place. Same with Bloodmark. Anyway, we unlocked Dark Fox, Gold Fox, Kevin, and Wireless Dagger. So let's go see how that actually affects our collection. Cash in a couple of quests. Do I want a stupid fox skin? That's all fox skins, actually. And also, yes, if I ever play Fox again, we're gonna be using the Dark Fox, but there's no reason to buy it now. Also, I think I made quite a lot of silver from that. I wasn't paying attention. So the unlocks, we do want to buy the Wireless Dagger, and having bought the Wireless Dagger, we can buy Tony McZoom now. Tony didn't choose the hoverboard chose him, which is the sense of humor in this game in a nutshell. I didn't really talk about it too much, but there are names like the Big Bonk. Chunkum is one of the bosses of Mega Chad, whose starting weapon is Aura. It's the sense of humor in this game in a nutshell. Pick up Kevin, and if I'm not playing specifically Robinette using the infinite gold trats, I don't want Kevin. Also, I don't want Leeching Crystal ever again. Plus 50 max HP is just not a very strong effect in the first place. Like, it's competing, like at the start of a run, you see +1 max projectiles, you get happy. Extra experience, you get happy. Plus 50 max, I was like, did I even open a chest? I really don't like that one. I'm not convinced Demonic Soul deserves to be here either. I think if I'm running a crit, and I probably will be running crit, then Secret Tonic is good. Curse Grabbies are good. I think Demonic Soul is just barely good enough to be worth it, but I'm not thrilled about it. And if I'm not playing Lightning Staff, I don't want Lightning Orb, and I'm probably not going to be playing much more Lightning Staff, seeing it was so much worse than Katana, and Katana stole the show so thoroughly. Why run Lightning Staff instead of just equipping Aegis, right? And that'll replace my previous god-awful high score of having been doing Mega Chad challenge runs with an actual high score that's still pretty terrible, but top 15,000, top 2% is not awful. Also, that's top 15,000 is top 2%. That's a lot of people playing the game. But we can see that the high scores are a little bit dominated by Robinette right now. I might try that relatively soon, but it seems very stressful, and there's a ton of game for me to explore before I start trying to grind high scores in the first place. Anyways, that'll be my first gold star. That'll be my first character with all skins unlocked, and I hope you enjoyed seeing Megabonk. If you did, let me know who you want to see next. Let me know how these videos might be improved, and leave a comment to boost it up in the algorithm, all that jazz. Drop a sub if you aren't, blah, blah, blah. You've all heard the YouTube algorithm spill, but it really does help, and there's a reason to call to actions in almost every video. Anyways, thank you for your time. Have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you in the next one.